Well, since I've been on this responsibility trip since yesterday and I think the day before, I might as well talk about, me in court case work. The reason why I no longer do it, you know, um, as far as right now is concerned, court case work is a job that's very risky. You know what I'm saying? It is one of the most riskiest jobs you can ever do because you're playing with someone's life. See, in comparison to love work, there is room for error. Like on a client's behalf, they can basically do something and, basically they can make a mistake and it fuck a little situation up. But they can also do things to basically fix it. Now, when you're basically doing a court situation, there's a lot of variables of things that can go wrong. But if they go wrong, there's no changing that. That shit is permanent. There's so many things that can go wrong in court cases. It's like from the products you're using. You know what I'm saying? You don't know whether or not you get a bad batch. You know what I'm saying? You can be doing something spiritually for someone else, and all of a sudden, it basically affects the spirits that you're working with for a court situation. And then the court situation goes for the negative. So, court case is one of those things, I would definitely say it's risky. It's risky. And another thing about that is that it's almost like there's no money for the risk. There's no money worth a person's time or livelihood. Because most of the time, the clients I get are clients that got like some fucked up criminal cases. You know what I'm saying? It's not no fucking parking ticket. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's like heavy fucking drug charges, aggravated assault, attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm glad I never fucked any of those cases up. But, I did have minor situations that weren't as extreme as those that I've actually made an error on. And I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I fucked up on those rather than the bigger ones because those people would have got some serious fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But, I look at it like this. With the time, so for those of you trying to do work here, you can take these pointers, man. Look at it like this. You don't know how long a trial is going to carry out for. How long a case is going to pin out for. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like some people charge to work for a case they don't even know that when it's going to conclude. Like when it's going to come to a full conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? The person may get charged with some shit. Then you got court. Their case can basically go through for like at least 2 to 3 years. They could be sitting in jail for like 2 to 3 years before they even see a judge. You know what I'm saying? So in reality, what are you going to be doing? Charging the customer for 3 years until that person sees a judge? That shit don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So even the facet of the monies involved with that, it doesn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So for me altogether, man, it's a risky business and it's more of like, is there so much of a risk that's in that game? You know what I'm saying? That it's like almost like it's to a point where for the amount of risk that you're taking, no money is even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Some people are risky. But again, like I like to tell people, it's like, there's a couple of things that can come out of it. If it's criminal cases, probation, that's if you catch it at the right time. Because if you don't catch it at the right time, you try and do work at the last minute, there's a great chance and possibility that you're not going to catch it at the right time. And it doesn't matter how good your work is, you didn't catch it at the right time. So you got that working against you. But again, a couple of things that could possibly happen is the case gets thrown out, probation, you know what I'm saying? Or basically you get less time. You know what I'm saying? So now, and another thing is, less time, but then again, but that's on a criminal level when you're dealing with criminal cases and stuff like that. Now, again, the other thing is, you may catch your work late, and then basically it doesn't have time to affect it. But the thing is, what's going to happen? The client's going to say, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So in all of together, man, court case is one of those things. It's like this: either either it's good or it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's either it's good or it's not. But when it's not, you don't know whether it's gonna spin out of control. I mean, if you didn't do anything horrible or horrific whatsoever on your end, then okay, the person your work didn't get the chance or time to match up with the case, so it didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? But now you also got the situation where if you do it wrong or some type of shit, the person end up getting more time than it was even expected. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say, man, for me, I've actually recently come to the conclusion I'm staying away from it because the risk is too high. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you got to know how to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Rather than basically paying someone to do it, because listen, if that person don't know what the fuck they're doing, or basically, this person has a bad product, there's a whole bunch of things that can go wrong. So it'll be best, I'd say, for myself, I stay away from it. I would say the clients, who's looking to get that shit done, that is the most riskiest fucking thing that you're putting that is like the most riskiest job out there. You know what I'm saying? So listen, be careful out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I can only tell you, man, trial and error and try to experience to learn how to do this shit for yourself. You know what I mean? Because, hey, you're taking a risk even going to a person and get spiritual work done, for a court case. Again, a love work, you can mess up and correct it. Court cases, once it's done, it's done.